The podcast you're about to hear will inspire, innovate, give you insight, and take you on the wings of leadership. This is why we call it the I3L. Inspiration, innovation, insight, and leadership. Get ready to embark on the journey to greatness with Kayode Oguta.
Hi, welcome to I3L Podcast. My name is Kayode Oguta. It's a privilege to be in your space once again. And today we're continuing the series, The Foundations of Exceptional Leadership. We're in the part 3. The first part, we said not about you. Last week, we said it was self-awareness. So this week, we're talking about grit. Now, in this series, I'm looking at the fact that if I could express to you, explain, train, teach you everything I know about things that are not exactly spoken about, call them certain mysteries, as it were, that you will become an exceptional leader. Now, being an exceptional leader is not rocket science, but it takes certain things that are not easily seen, certain intangibles that are not easily known. But once you have these things, then you will become exceptional. Now, when we talk about grit, the professor of Wharton Business School, University of Pennsylvania, Angela Duckworth, once predicted that the number one predictor of success is not talent, it's not wealth, it's not even good looks. She said it's grit. She went on to define grit as the ability to work hard for a long period of time towards a goal, to persevere, to overcome, and keep moving in the face of adversity, rejection, and obstacle. Now, if you look at this definition, the ability to persevere, the ability to overcome, to keep moving in the face of adversity, in the face of rejection, in the face of obstacles, that's what she called grit, then you would understand that that's the everyday reality of leadership. That's what leaders face virtually every single day. They face adversity, they face rejection, they face obstacles that normal people become paralyzed and they begin to give up. Now, most times, even in the country which I come from, you look at the fact that when you look at leadership, not being able to take actions, not being able to take decisions, not being able to take what I call initiatives, you understand that it's because they've not had gritty leaders. So the leaders who do best with grit can stay the course in the face of adversity and are motivated by goals much larger than themselves. So grit is what makes leaders stay in the game. Grit is what makes leaders not give up. You know, there's probably the greatest gritty leader last century knew was Winston Churchill, who always said, never, ever give up. Now, that was his mantra. He always said it. He always preached it. He lived it. There were times in which all he needed to do, everybody around him had given up, but not Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill just refused to give up. Now, that was grit. Not giving up in the face of adversity. Not giving up in the face of everybody that's rejected you. Not giving up in the face of obstacle. That was grit. Now, gritty people have clarity and determination and are also extremely adaptable, meaning that when a roadblock arises, rather than quitting or changing their goals, they nimbly find a new approach of reaching their destination. In these days of violence, in these days of VUCA, the obstacles are huge. Hence, people that develop grit are most likely to be able to navigate the roadblocks to success. And it's what I call the power to stick to it, the stickability. You know, like a postage stamp that sticks to the envelope until it gets to its destination. That's what grit does to people. They stick to their goals despite the roadblocks, despite the obstacles, despite the rejections, and gritty people always win. Therefore, every exceptional leader has been gritty. Now, just imagine someone like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was an extremely gritty person. When he came back to Apple, Apple was going through a lot, and it was Steve Jobs' own mandate to make sure that Apple succeeded. And he realized that Apple first had to leave before Apple could even succeed. And as a gritty person, he found a way around it. He made deals even with his enemies. Why? Because gritty people must find a way to navigate the roadblocks to success. And that's why, in my opinion, Steve Jobs was an extremely gritty person. Now, leaders that become exceptional must be high achievers, must have extraordinary stamina. And even if they're not at the top of their game, it will ensure that they will get to the top of their game. So when even easier paths beckon, their commitment is steadfast. They would stay in the game. Where lesser mortals people will find ease as a way of escape, gritty people would stay at the game and make sure that they win and they excel. So grit predicts who will accomplish great and challenging goals. So research done at West Point Academy, for example, shows that grit is a better indicator of which cadets would be able to win, who go through training and do well, better than any achievement scores and athletic ability. Grit predicts the likelihood of graduating from high school and college and performance in stressful jobs such as sales. So grit also, we believe, propels people to the highest ranks of leadership in many demanding fields. Now, that was research that Angela Duckworth found out. And in my personal opinion, every exceptional leader has been gritty. They just refused to give up. They stayed the path. And no matter the obstacles that came to them, they stayed. Now, how do you know that a leader is exceptional? You find that in the same environment in which a leader thrived, many other people with lesser grit than them actually failed. Now, because gritless people become paralyzed in situations where gritty people find a way, a means, a path to moving forward. So paralyzed people destroy institutions. Hence, if you want to be an exceptional leader, you must develop grit. And you know what? Grit is a learnable skill. That's the most amazing thing. Now, some people are born with grit, which is fantastic. Some people just naturally know how to persevere, how to be resilient. But some people and most people have to learn it. And that's the reason why, in my personal opinion, exceptional leadership can be a learned skill. And once you get it right, you would excel and be exceptional in your leadership. Now, for me, I always believe that if I'm going to advise young people, I'm going to advise people who are starting leadership, even people who are in leadership, I would just say certain things, and I would just want to summarize them in 7 things for you this week. Number 1, I would say that gritty people start with their why, that's their purpose, and hence they can persevere. When you know your purpose, you'll be able to pay the price and you will not be stopped. You know why you're doing this. You understand why you started this endeavor. You know what you wanted to do, what you wanted to achieve. You understand? So if every other thing stops, you understand that there was a reason why you started what you wanted to start. Okay? Now, if you imagine those people who led our forefathers, our founding fathers in Nigeria, they were all gritty people. Why were they gritty people? They were gritty people because they realized that they wanted to liberate the people from colonialism. So no matter the obstacles they were facing, they stayed at it, they stuck to it. So gritty people always start with their why. So if you know the purpose, if you know your why, it's the starting point of your grittiness. Number 2, gritty people are motivated by their purpose and it becomes a want so they can pay the price. So not only do you understand your why, you also must want it. Therefore, you'll be able to pay the price of delayed gratification and the price for success. You understand? So gritty people, because they don't understand their purpose and they turn their purpose to their want. So your purpose is here, but you now want it. And because you want it, you now become easy to be able to pay a price for it, delay your gratifications, and be able to become successful. Gritty people learn from failure and hence become resilient. Gritty people learn from failure. They're not stopped by failure, they learn from failure. Resilience becomes one of the things that really helps gritty people. Now, nobody fails. So that's a philosophy that gritty people have. Nobody fails. You just learn an experience. Like we said last week when we spoke about Thomas Edison, he always said that he never failed once in trying to build the incandescent light. What he did he do? He learned ways in which it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work. So gritty people don't fail. They just learn from failed experiments. They learn from failed situations. They don't fail. They don't personalize failure. So the 4th thing I think is that gritty people can navigate roadblocks to achieve success. Yes, that's what they're good at. They can navigate roadblocks. They do not change their goals. That's where they're going to. They're going forward. They know their why. They know what they're standing for. They know why they started this thing initially. But they just know that, yes, the how may change. There may be blocks. There may be roadblocks on the road. But they will just keep continuing. They will just keep continuing. They just keep continuing. So they're so concerned with their destination that they didn't even see their roadblocks. So you could just keep moving on. Once there's a roadblock there, they just pass it by and they get to their destination. Why? Because they're gritty. In order to help people succeed, we must help them with their grit. So for leaders, we must build a grit culture and we must select for grittiness. We must select people that have gritty individuals so that when they see situations, they could stay the course. Now, there are 2 critical components of grit, which are passion and perseverance. Passion and perseverance. And you see that in everybody. When you see someone that has passion, you see someone that has perseverance, and you see someone that has resilience too. Maybe I'll put the 3rd one too, resilience. Then you know that this person is gritty. Now, and what's passion? Passion is what? The conviction that your work is meaningful and can help other people. Like I said in the first episode, it's not just about you, it's about others. So once you understand that this conviction of your work is both meaningful and can help others, it's going to be a blessing to other people. Now, you've the little passion. And you also have perseverance that you can take the form of resilience in the face of adversity, as well as unwavering devotion to continuous improvement. Just say, look, you know what? In the face of adversity, we'll not give up. We will not give up. We would stay the course. And that's how perseverance starts. And like someone said one day, he said, by perseverance, the snail made the ark. You understand? So no matter how you're going, you will just not give up. You just keep facing it, and you just keep facing it until you get to your destination. So gritty people know that the race is not to the talented or to the most endowed, but those who will stick to it. That's one thing you will ever know. Gritty people know that the race is not to the most endowed people or to the most talented people, but to those who will stick at it. Now, a lot of times, more talented people will fail in certain fields, but not the people who are gritty. The Wright brothers were not the most talented people, but they were the ones that succeeded in making the aeroplane. So why did they succeed? Was it because they had more money? No, they didn't have more money. Was it because they were more talented? No, they were not more talented. Why did they succeed? They stayed at it. They stayed at the game. They stayed at the game, and they became exceptional people. And that's why we recognize them today. But those who stayed with them, who competed with them in those days, that had more money, they were more talented, went to the best schools, had the best systems supporting them. Where are they today? We don't remember their names. Why? Because grit always wins. And finally, all exceptional leaders know that the enemy of grit is ease. All exceptional leaders know that the enemy of grit is ease. They never take it easy. So ease never becomes great. When people are easy, they never become great. So exceptional people know, and every exceptional leader know, that if I'm going to become great, I'm not going to go to the path of ease. And that's why whenever they see things, whenever they see obstacles, they know that, okay, this is greatness calling on me. This is greatness beckoning on me to come forward and take it. Because if it was easy, then you won't attain it. But most people won't attain it. If it was easy, everybody will have gotten it. But it's because it's tough. It's because it's not easy. That's why very few people always get it. So today, again and again and again, I want to say that grit is a learnable skill, it's a developable skill, it's a skill that you could learn in different ways. The organization I work for also train people on how to be gritty. So it's something that you can also learn how to be gritty about. And once you become gritty, you're your way to becoming an exceptional leader. You're on your way to becoming an exceptional leader. So like we studied the first time, it's not about you had a philosophy. Now, that's also a foundation for grittiness, you understand? Because you know that whatever you're doing has meaning, not just for you, has meaning for other people. And you know that if you fail, a lot of people's destiny would hang in the balance. So you just know that not only because of you, because of others, I wasn't going to fail. So imagine all the people who liberated the world. Take Martin Luther King. It wasn't just because of him. It was also because of other people. So he could pay the price. It was a passion to see not just him, his family being freed, the black man being free. And he had won a national holiday to his name. Nelson Mandela, it wasn't just his family to be free, it was the fact that he wanted all black South Africans to also be free. Now, that's the reason why gritty people always win, because they're not thinking about themselves, they're thinking about their contribution is going to affect people, and they know that if they don't pay the price, so many people's lives will hang in a balance, so many people's lives will not find fulfillment and meaning. And like the Holy Book said, that we're expecting the manifestations of people because so many people are waiting for you to manifest your own greatness. So if you do not manifest what you're called to do and become, then many people will never be able to find their own fulfillment and their own life. Now, this is exactly why gritty people always win. They know that, look, it's not just about them. They know that there's a call. It's like, it's a passion. It's something that they must do, that if they don't do it, so many people's destiny will not find fulfillment. And I think that's why they become exceptional, and we term them as exceptional leaders. And until we get gritty people, until we get people that can pay the price, that can stay the whole hog, we don't think about themselves, who are self-aware of their strengths and their weaknesses, then we don't get exceptional people. But whenever we see gritty people, we know that an exceptional person, an exceptional leader is about to be birthed. So you train for grittiness, you train people to be gritty, and you train people to delay their gratification. They stick at it until they win. Then you know that someone somewhere is on the path to becoming an exceptional leader. So like I said, it's always a pleasure to be your space, and we'll continue next week by the grace of God, and we'll be a blessing to you. I hope you've enjoyed our podcast this week. God bless you. Have a great week.